Welcome back to 15 Minutes with Firechicken. I'm, of course, your host, Firechicken. And these little segments are basically to get you guys some information across in a shorter time frame than kicking with chickens that are like, an hour to 3 hours long. So I just pretty much write down a few things I want to talk about, and then I talk to you guys. Right now, the chat is set up only to allow people that are subscribed to comment on the live chat. So if you're stopping in and you're new, hit that subscribe button so you can comment and you don't miss a single fight. Sir Yeetus, what's up? Scorpio, my man. I hope Scorpio's coming back. You know what I want to see? I want to see Scorpio versus Solo round 2, fight 2, the rematch. The fans want it. Everybody wants it. Doing top knocker. Alexis, what is up? As you may know, especially if you are in the Facebook group, but if you're not, I do mention it in my lives. We do have an event coming up on August 27th. This is going to be a huge event, guys. Like, I'm so pumped about this. We've got people from every single branch coming to the scrapyard to fight. 2 people coming from the OG branch. Goal setter, the 145-pound boxing champion, is going to take on Q-Tip, our 145-pound boxing champion, in a non-title fight. I got to talk to the guys and see if they're okay with 5 rounds. We got Demon Monsoon from the OG yard coming to fight our very own Black Panther. We got Jimmy Fit coming from Streetbeefs West Coast, going to take on our 170-pound boxing champion, Turco himself. We got Black Spartan coming from the Texas branch, bringing along his pal Monkey. Monkey he's a scrapyard fighter, but he lives in the same state as Black Spartan. So we are looking for an opponent for Black Spartan. I'm not really that concerned because we do have a lot of people signed up in that weight class, and I feel like no matter what, he's going to get a fight or 2 if he wants it. So I think we're good there. Our timekeeper himself, Jeremy, will be fighting on this event too. This will be the first time he's got in the ring, so I don't know who's going to keep track of time, but it ain't going to be Jeremy. That's the guy that you see bobbing and weaving his head and everything, yelling out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is our timekeeper. He will fight King Abel. We also got a big one. The return of the man himself, Golden Hands, will be fighting Pinche Jr. 155-pound boxing title. 5 rounds, people. 5 rounds. This one's going to be crazy. Turtle, my man. Gary, what is up? We got, man, who else? You know what? I've just been going through and making matches. So if you go to the events section in Street Beef Scrapyard Facebook group, 28,000 members. Join now if you're not a member. You can actually go to the events section and see who we have pre-matched up. Granted, I'm not going crazy and pre-matching people, but I did, while I was at work today, have a little bit of time to sit down and write down everybody's name that has signed up, and we have over 55 people. Crazy. Okay. If you do the math, that's over 25, 26, 27 fights. You never know because people don't show up. People bring friends. I don't know. If you're planning on fighting on that event, please don't just assume that I'm gonna set you up with somebody. You got to sign up, even if your match is already predetermined. I want that name on there. Furthermore, if you are signed up, you're good to go. Basically, there's no trial. There's no me picking names out of a hat or doing anything like that. You don't got to you don't got to get a golden ticket or anything like that, guys. Pretty much everybody gets to scrap at the scrapyard. So go in there, make sure you're signed up. Once your information's in, if you're out of town, okay. If you're from out of state, then you can start bugging me and be like, "Hey, I need my matchup early because I'm traveling from out of state." Perfectly understandable. However, if you are just a normal fighter, then you just basically wait till fight day and show up on fight day. But how do you know where to show up to? Okay, this gets people, but all the branches do things different. Um, for one, how we do it is, if you are interested in fighting, if you signed up and you're like, okay, I'm going to fight, I'm really going to do it, then you want to make sure you get there. So what are you going to do? First thing you should do is you should read all of the rules and procedure and everything in the events section where you sign up. That tells you literally everything. If you have a question outside of that, then hey, everybody, hit the thumbs up. If you have a question outside of that, then by all means hit me up. I personally answer every message. You can ask in the Facebook group, and we got moderators and admin that will also help you out with that too. So they might know the answer to the question, whatever. So read everything, sign up. Couple days before fight day, hit me up. Send me a DM, Facebook Messenger. Say, hey, Firechicken, can I get the address? Yes, you can. Here's the address. Here's the time, and you are allowed a +1. +1, people, doesn't mean +2. Doesn't mean +3. Your +1 is your corner. This isn't a spectator thing out here because we're already limited on space. So we want to make every person count and not just have people coming to watch because they want to see fights. There's plenty of fights locally. Go support your local MMA, boxing, kickboxing. Eddie Ellis, he does fights all the time. Tacoma, at the casinos and stuff. We don't charge admission because it's not a spectator thing. You basically have to have an invite, which you get by either fighting or accompanying a fighter who is fighting. We don't charge and we don't pay. So, and we're just doing amateur exhibition sparring, hard sparring matches. So that is that. Let's see here. Make sure you're signed up. We have a couple females signed up. We have looks like a 225-pound female and a 170-pound female. They look to be level 0s. So please, somebody bring their girlfriend, wife, sister, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, I don't know, crazy aunt that watches your videos and has a big mouth. Yeah, you could even sign up to fight. I'll get you an opponent. Anyway, so I'm looking for opponents for them. So next, how about when are going to be our next events? Hey, if you haven't done so, hit the thumbs up button, people. The next event is going to be in September, and it's we always do our events from the 20th to the 30th, somewhere in between there. Only exception is December. September 24th will be the next one, followed by, and I don't have a for sure date on this one yet. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to do the Halloween thing on the 22nd or the 29th, because it doesn't matter. I might want to go personally hang out and do fun stuff on Halloween rather than hold an event on that weekend and be tied to that. So it's looking like the 22nd on that one, people. Next up, we have November 26th. I want this one to be a big one, guys. I'll talk about that later. December 17th is going to be the end of the year one. That one's going to wrap up the whole year, people. I suggest you get on that one. I suggest you get on all of them. Yes, get on that Wall of Fame. And I'll tell you why you need to sign up and get on that Wall of Fame. We have 6 people on the Wall of Fame right now. It took them 7 wins each to get on the Wall of Fame. That section is filled up. Now we move to the right of that. It now takes 8 wins to get on the Wall of Fame. When 6 more people fill up that slot, then it takes 9, 10, 11, and then I'm going to skip to 50. No, I'm just kidding. We're doing that to make it progressively more difficult. So if you're dragging your feet and gonna get on the wall, you might want to get out there and do more than 1-2 fights a year, because it's going to take you forever. But the Wall of Fame is the Wall of Fame. You're on there forever. Next up in December, we will be voting on our Fighter of the Year. This confuses a lot of people. People are like, why don't you give it to the most talented fighter, or why don't you give it to the fighter that held the belts? But that's not how it goes. The Fighter of the Year is the YouTube Fighter of the Year. It is voted on by you. It's a popularity vote, okay? It has to do with entertainment. Who do you enjoy watching? Gash won 2020 Fighter of the Year for obvious reasons. Gash gets a ton of views. People like watching her. So she got Fighter of the Year in 2020. Viking Warrior, people love watching him. He's a great fighter. I can't say enough about Viking. I mean, he definitely, I see definitely why he also got Fighter of the Year. This one coming up, I have an idea who's going to get it, but you never know. The criteria to get on there, you had to have fought 3 times minimum in the year. You have to be within good standings of the scrapyard, meaning you're still a member of the group. You not banned or anything like that. So who y'all think was Fighter of the... Oh yeah, everybody on here, I want you in the comments below. If you're watching this right now, close the live chat and just go to the comments and put who you think is going to be Fighter of the Year 2022. I have an idea, but you never know. Somebody could. We've still got months before the end of the year, and we could get some new person in there that is so entertaining that people not necessarily forget about who I think is going to be Fighter of the Year, but maybe the attention gets focused towards that person. So there's that. So put below who you think is going to get it. And while you're at it, you know what? Give this a thumbs up. Another thing I got going on, guys, is merch. Okay, I'm still going through my original person that I do for merch, down in Las Vegas. I'm still going to go through him. I'm just going to have other merch too. And the reason I'm doing this is because I get hit up by you guys. And let's Homeless in America. What's up? I get hit up by you guys, and you're like, Firechicken, I live in Tasmania or Australia or wherever. And you're like, I want a scrapyard shirt. And I would absolutely love to get you a shirt. But for me to send you a shirt would consist of me buying it, then me shipping it to you. I would basically be losing money on it. I know it's not all about the money, but I don't want to go broke selling merch. I would definitely, no, we're not going to do different weight classes, because that wall is only going to hold so many names. So it's a title that it's a popularity contest. It don't matter what your weight class is. Anyway, back to where I was at. So merch, I want to be able to get you guys in different countries merch. I don't touch the merch. It doesn't go to me. You go on my merch website, and I got it, Gary. I got your shirt, and I knew it was yours. Q-Tip, you left your shirt too. The only reason I know is because I went back and I was looking at your fight, and I noticed it was out in my shipping container. They're in the lost and found, guys. They're perfectly fine. Gary, yes, I do have your shirt. Anyway, so I don't touch this merch coming out. It's not in my hands. You go to this website. I think a t-shirt's going to run you about $18. And it's going to have a different logo on it and everything. I actually had this logo made by somebody else. Appreciate you too, bro. Oh, I don't care about them. Then go get one of their shirts. Fuck. What are you riding on my nuts for? Piss off. If you guys can't like more than one fight club, then you got something like you got some kind of hang up personally because um different fight clubs offer different stuff. The thing that we have that other fight clubs, and I mean us as in Street Beefs, one thing that we have that other places don't, other fight clubs don't, is that we have that level of sportsmanship and brotherhood and community. You go look at these fight clubs that you're talking about here. OJ Smith, whatever the hell your name is, your white Bronco. Anyway, I meant OJ Simpson there, by the way. But what they have is just senseless violence where they let people just beat the living shit out of each other into a bloody pulp. They don't stop it. People probably die in that. I'm pretty sure I heard people die in that. So I don't like that at all. It's not about anything other than satisfying this bloodlust for people like you. And yeah, that's cool. You love it. Then enjoy it. I'm not telling you you can enjoy it, but we're different. We're not the same thing. Street Beefs isn't all about that. Um, but anyway, we have a big community of people that do like what we do. So, and if you don't like what we do, I don't know why you're in our live chat. I mean, obviously you're subscribed to my channel because you're commenting now. So you're a subscriber. You won't buy one of my shirts because you like a different fight brand more. So I don't get that because if I like one car, if I like more than one car, it doesn't mean I'm only going to wear a T-shirt with that one car with one car on it. I'm gonna expand, like yeah. um. So anyway, yeah. Now see, you got me off. You got me on a tangent, guys. Golden Child. What's up? So, how that BJJ match? Are you still dealing with your injury? Yes, I am still dealing with my injury. It is feeling a little bit better, and history's shown me that when something's feeling good, that's probably when you're going to injure it again. So, I am going to let it heal. It's a tendon, so that's why it's taken a while. I mean, I pulled a forearm tendon one time, and that thing took forever to heal. Um, but I want it to heal right. I don't want long-term injury. So I want to do some more BJJ. I love doing that. I miss it. I do miss it. Those BJJ matches were fun. Who is the Street Beefs champion right now? I've been away a while. In what weight class and fighting style? We're going to be starting Muay Thai soon as far as like titles. I actually need to order that belt. Um, but we got boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. Man, we got Q-Tip, we got Turco, technically Golden Hands, Viking Warrior, long-standing title holder, JB 205. This is boxing, by the way. We don't have a heavyweight. We don't have a 185, do we? I don't think we have a 185 holder. MMA, we got nobody. Too Explosive retired his belt because he left the branch. He just moved. He's still good with us. Too Explosive has been a great member of the scrapyard. We got Scotty Showtime. Technically, no, not technically. He does have the belt. 170. We got anybody 185. 185 MMA. I don't know. Jay got him. He hasn't been around for a little while, but he still technically has the 205 belt. Oh, the heavyweight title's open now. Heavyweight MMA is open now. Kickboxing, Jabberwocky, and I believe Brickhouse are the two belts. Yes, Gary Turtle gave his away. That's why he's not the title holder right now. But I mean, I think it's cool that you did it though. I think it's good for guys like Q-Tip to kind of be, up and coming. fighters, you know. So, and I enjoy having you out, and you got other stuff going on, Gary. But um, I'm not going to do any bare knuckle out here because we shut down for blood, and bare knuckle just promotes blood. Plus, it's not legal in Washington State. Um, but there are some of our fighters like Blacksmith and I forget who else that are interested in doing bare knuckle. So what I will do is I will try my best to help my fighters out to go where they want to go. If they want to pursue bare knuckle, then I'll try to get in contact with people that are in that line of fighting and get them hooked up. That's what I want to do. I want the fighters to go where they want to go. Well, hey, Turtle, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta talk to a person and let them know your side of it and where you're coming from. Um, I get in arguments sometimes, and sometimes they lead to me having a good conversation with people. Sometimes not, but not everybody is ready for that conversation. Not everybody's ready to be open minded and have a good conversation back and forth. You know, some people don't like being confronted. Some people have egos. Some people block you as soon as you talk to them. I mean, it's just it's hard to deal with people, and I deal with people day, every day. I mean, man, my messenger on Facebook, man. Like I am constantly in my DMs answering messages from people, responding to stuff, confronting people. It never ends. It's the shitty part of this whole endeavor. And although I do love everything we do, that part makes it not very much fun. Dealing with dealing with people that are like abrasive egos, people that intentionally bump into other people and then try to start fights with them. Like, come on. Um but keep it in perspective. You don't want to end up dying young due to overindulging stress. Yeah, I don't think that I'm overly stressed, to be honest. The reason I tell you guys this is like I handle it pretty well. I don't like dealing with all this that stuff, but I handle it pretty well. Like it makes me better at handling it. And it helps me grow as a person too. I mean, honestly, like this whole thing from the beginning of Scrapyard to now has allowed me to see people people's different perspectives on life, where they're coming from, why they do certain things. It's taught me to act more appropriately and not try to snap back. As I mean, there's everything in life should be a learning experience. To be honest, stay humble and learn. I do, and I also what people don't understand, Golden Child, is that if I say something, if I make a rule, if I say, hey, this is the policy, sticking to it, not making exceptions because somebody is, whatever. These policies are here and they're supposed to be universal for all the fighters and everybody. And I can't just like make exceptions for people. I can't just make exceptions for people and stuff. I have to draw that line in the sand and stick to it. And if the people that want to argue with me about it can't respect that, then there's nothing I can do for them. But you know, I've always said it. You know, I'm here to help the fighters. I'm here to promote the fighters. I'm here to do what I can. But in turn, you gotta respect the scrapyard. You gotta respect Street Beefs and our rules, the environment, the facility, everything. So keep that in mind. You got to give respect to get respect. Are knees legal in scrapyard? I asked because you mentioned starting Muay Thai. Let me say something really quick. Knees in Muay Thai are legal. They are. However, if you are an amateur Muay Thai fighter, knees to the face and elbows to the face are not legal, to my understanding. So if you're going to grab that clinch, yeah, knee to the gut, knee to the chest, knee to the thighs, whatever you want to do, elbow, but it's not professional. So you can't knee to the face. You can't elbow to the face. Same goes with MMA and boxing. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be elbowing and kneeing in boxing anyway. There's a few things we don't allow. We don't allow overhead slams in street beef scrapyard. You can't pick somebody up and risk dumping them on their neck to break their neck. We don't allow twisting spine locks. Yeah, 619, that's universal. When somebody gets banned from one, they get banned from all. So you can't just block a admin of a group because you're mad at them and then go to a different branch. Because then that's like saying when a kid says, "Oh, dad won't give me what I want. I'm going to go ask mom," and then mom gives it to him, and then that starts a fight. No, there should be mutual respect between the two parents or the two branch leaders or whatever, to where if this person's causing this much of a problem with one branch leader, they shouldn't be allowed to fight in the other branch. It's not respectful. So I wasn't wrong in what happened with that whole thing. There's no way in hell I was wrong. And if you want to DM me, I can tell you exactly what happened, but or call me. I can tell you exactly what happened, but it is what it is. Oh, anyway, so what we were talking about, like, yeah, Muay Thai. Yeah, basically you can't he Gary, look, if someone got pissed off at me, hypothetical situation, if someone got pissed off at me and blocked me so that I can't read their comments and that kind of stuff in the group, I can't monitor what they're posting, then they have to be let go from the group. Okay. I never was going to kick him out. But the blocking thing, I can't just have somebody in the group blocking me like that. Whatever, disrespect, blah blah blah. No, it's more of just that I'm the one that runs this branch, and I mean, it should go without saying. You don't block a person that's running the damn thing. So they had to be removed from the scrapyard and other branches. I will tell you this though. Look, and I've seen this happen with Scarface many times. It's actually happened with me. I've kicked people out of the scrapyard. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, because it takes two sides to make something work like this. I've kicked people out of the group before because of a misunderstanding, not misunderstanding, because of stuff that happened. So I've kicked out people before. I don't want to kick people out. The fight, especially a fighter. Why would I want to kick somebody out that comes to my yard, puts on a show, and contributes to the scrapyard? So, not right now. So I definitely don't want to kick somebody out. But in the past, it's happened. I've had to kick out a couple people, right? There's only a couple that are out and that are going to stay out, that have gone and just try, and then they make things worse. They keep making things worse and keep making things worse. And then there's other people that, yeah, we have our disagreements, we have our arguments, whatever, but they let it go, and then eventually they come back and we have a conversation, and you know what? I'm happy to say, like, there's a few people that are in our group that I'm actually really happy that they're back, and I'm happy. What's up, Overtime Hustling? I'm happy with the way that they're getting along with the group and contributing and being a part of the community. That makes me, that shows me that they learned something. That, I mean, I learned stuff too, but it shows me that they learned from the experience that we had. Maybe you don't like me. I don't care. You don't have to like me to be in the group. But there's just a certain like line that you don't cross and that kind of stuff. So when we come to terms, we talk, things can change, but it does require you to realize like you did something that wasn't right and admitting it. It's not easy. Tell you what, when I fuck up, I don't always want to admit it. I don't always want to admit it, but I usually do. Um, get back to boxing. I know I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna box this weekend, guys. I've been doing a little bit of stuff, so getting a little bit of motivation. But anyway, it ain't the end. It ain't the end with the scrapyard as far as or street beefs, but um, I did. I will say I did kick somebody out recently. Of They made a comment toward me in a branch, and I was in a bad mood when I read it, and I didn't know who they were. Okay, there's that, and I ended up blocking them from the group. Then I found out who they were. I was like, oh, okay. I know this is going to come bite me in the ass. And we had a conversation. We smoothed things out and we seen each other's sides. And you know what? Yeah, I learned not to. I learned not to be so quick to jump on and getting rid of people and stuff, and maybe personally message them and talk it out. Okay, I admit it. Like I said, you got to admit when you're wrong sometimes, and I was wrong on that one. For the most part. I mean, there was the stuff that was said to me, but whatever. Um, so yeah, we can all learn something once in a while. This old dog can learn new tricks, I guess. Anybody got any last minute questions? This has been a 32 minute. It's been a 32 minutes with Firechicken today. See what happens when you guys get me on a tangent. But anyway, if you want to know more about the situation that happened, you can message me. Golden Child it is, man, to be honest. Like I was talking with my coach Pata today. He moved away out of state, but we were just talking about how passionate I am about. I mean, he was mentioning how he noticed I was passionate about what we do. I'll get you in a minute, Jesse. And I mean, it really like how this whole thing started from just like an idea, and then how it has just got to what it is now. And it all stemmed. I mean, I used to do MMA, I used to do jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. One day at work, I was hitting a heavy bag, and this guy was like, "Hey, man, you want me to show you how to do that?" And it's like, okay. Met up with him, got into boxing because I didn't know how to box. Realized I didn't know how to box real quick, and from then on, I trained with him like just about every day for years. That's how I learned how to box. He taught me conditioning. He taught me what's up the news exposing the blues. He taught me conditioning, taught me defense. He taught me um, not to look away when you're getting hit. He taught me a lot of stuff, and it ultimately led to me getting sent on a work trip. Well, that didn't lead to it. I ended up getting sent on a work trip against my will, and I got sent to guess where? Virginia, where Streetbeefs is. And guess what? I was training boxing at the time. I had about a year in, and so I went right to Scarface, and I met him. We sparred, and then I fought, and then I fought another month, and then I came back, and my coach said, "Build a ring. We're gonna train at your house and do that instead now." And when I did, I built a ring, and then people started to get interested in the ring, and then they said, "Why don't you throw some fights?" And I was like, "Oh man, I don't know." So we scheduled fights, and then um, you guys might remember him, but Flake, with Pound for Pound, he got a hold of Scarface and told him about what we were doing and said, "Hey man, why don't you what about Street Beef Scrapyard instead of we were Scrapyard Fights?" And he's like, "Yeah, I like that idea." And so kind of just progressed from there. I mean, we had our ring all the way till December 2020, which was taken out by Solo. Thank you, Solo. You're the reason we built a cage. We pieced together materials, sponsors, help, donations, whatever we could, and we engineered what we have today as the scrapyard cage. It is not a pre-built cage. None of it is. That is all from scratch. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. But we put time and effort into it. Jimmy Fit, what's up? Are you ready for your fight? Man. Hey, Jimmy, if you know if you're good with promos or know anybody that's good with promos, I might try to knock out a promo before I just get busy. But I definitely would like to do some at least a promo video for you and Turco. But anyway, guys, I totally forgot what I was just talking about. Oh, anyway, yeah. So anyway, we had this cage starting to be built in December, and then January rolls around. Our first event with our cage was freezing ass cold. It was 35 degrees out. I think Wedo fought that day and stayed in his car with the heater blasting the whole time. Got out of his car, got kicked in the nuts, and went back to Arizona. And then we just kept going. We had our 1 year anniversary, 2021 July. Kept going, kept going. We had our Halloween event. Then we had our 2 year anniversary, and then we went to Virginia in June of 2021. And we've had people from every branch just come up here and have fun. Jimmy, I hope you get a chance to stick around for a little bit and not just come to the event and then leave, because I really like to get, and if you don't get a picture with me, you don't ever get to come back. That should be a new rule, guys. If you come out here and you don't get a picture with me, then it's like, come on, Beach, what is up? Where's this picture? We never took a picture all the way from, now you got to come back. I know you got some plane tickets left over. So Beach, if you want to come back, I will get you an opponent this time, and I will cryogenically freeze your opponent so that no injuries happen. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. If anybody wants to come out, I will tell you this. Oh, Jesse, I think it's Jesse. Let me answer Jesse's questions really quick. You got to give credit. You got fighting experience, but you handled it well. Thank you. Quick question. How does one increase punching power? Increasing punching power, you can do through, so if you think about like muscle conditioning, you can increase your punching power by muscle conditioning, by speed drills, but more importantly, learning proper technique, how to twist your hips, how to pop. That's going to give you more punching power. Some people are gifted with naturally heavy hands, but you can overcome that a little bit with training and experience and knowledge. So, but anyway, ask any of the people that have come out to the scrapyard from other branches. They always have a good time. My biggest regret is not hanging out with Free Smoke and Beach and Crazy Legs and Turtle and everybody that was out on the last event. But I'm not even joking, guys. I got so freaking sick. Like, I spent 2 days. I don't know the last time I spent 2 days in bed, honestly. Like, I even had the big C, and I could get out and walk around and you know, it was uncomfortable, but this was worse. This had me out. My headache freaking was pounding. I had a fever. My stomach was just like torn up, and I had the chills, and it was horrible. I literally could not be out there with you guys, and it freaking sucks. The second one, Golden Child, the second one. I just don't want to say the C word because, you know, woo, woo, woo. Yeah. To be honest, that it wasn't the worst, but I have had stuff that was worse than that before. It was a hey, Earthling wants to come back, and I think he's interested in Q-Tip. But I think Golden Hands or Pinche Jr., whoever wins that fight, that would be a better one. Nothing against Q-Tip, but the experience level of those guys. Would you allow a Muay Thai? We can't allow pro fighters, Sir Yeetus. If you are a pro fighter, you can fight in our yard as long as you are not fighting in the style that you were pro in. Pro boxers cannot box in our yard. Sorry. We want to stay out of that whole thing. We don't want to get involved with that. Yeah, dude, we got people down. There's a guy, Sanj. He comes out. He's like 119. We got people all the way up to 400 pounds. Yeah, Gary, I know. I watched your guys' fight. I saw him happen. Um, yeah. Yeah, man, I know. So it just depends, man. You know, when the ref's in there, sometimes he doesn't see stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. Does anybody got any last minute questions? I'll take a couple more questions and then I'm going to wrap this up because I have videos to edit tonight and I have merch to put together. If you are a fighter and you're interested in merch, I know, Gary, I know. I saw it in the video. If you're a fighter and you're interested in merch, here's what I'll suggest, fighter. If you're a scrapyard fighter and you want to have your merch featured on our channel being sold, what I would suggest is getting a hold of a graphic designer. I can hook you up with one or two or whatever, and tell them an idea that you kind of want to go with. I think even Illuminate the State was making some stuff up for people, but have a design made, and then I can take it and put it on a T-shirt and sell it on our thing that we're doing. Now, like I said, everything on there, I can't say that it's. What I can't do is like, okay, I sold 5 shirts for you, and that's this much, and that. It's just kind of be like if you just want shirts made, like I can get you a shirt for yourself or whatever for doing it, but I can't be like distributing all the funds unless you want to make your own. You can make your own merch line or whatever, but my merch line is going to be on our channel, and you'll be able to go to it and click on it and do all that. I don't know what Get Back Boxing is. I know that I think you've brought it up before, or somebody has, but I haven't looked into it. Sometimes my short-term memory is like a goldfish, and as soon as I shut this thing off, I forget I even did a live. No, it's not that bad, but just sometimes I forget. I mean, I do remember, long-term memory, right? That somebody mentioned Get Back Boxing to me. So, hey, if you haven't done so, give this a thumbs up. No, I wasn't frozen. Upcoming fight thing on YouTube. There's a lot of upcoming fight stuff on YouTube, to be honest. Some of it I'm for, some of it I'm not for. But I really dig respect. I dig safety, like when I see somebody put up a cage and it's got like barbed spikes at the top of it or exposed metal like that can cut you open, or just things that like you can walk around in 2 minutes. You could walk into a cage in 2 minutes and see what needs to be fixed. I don't like seeing that stuff. I feel like it's an attention to detail kind of thing. Materials are cheap. Yeah, Gary, send me a DM on Facebook right now. Send it to me. That way, when I'm done with this whole thing, I'll look it up. Okay? I am interested in collaborating too. Yes, collaboration. Go figure. The scrapyard collaborating. It's got to be somebody that is cool with street beefs. It's got to be the right terms and conditions. It's got to be obviously if we're bigger than someone else, it's probably going to result in that smaller that smaller entity coming out to the scrapyard and introducing themselves in their intro videos, or me saying, "Hey, we're here with so and so Fight Club. We're doing a co-production today, but that's things that we need to discuss, personally between the two of us. If somebody comes here, it's always understood that we get the footage, that we put it on our channel. It goes like that pretty much with any of the other branches. I noticed too that when you go fight at another branch, you don't take the footage that just because you were in it. You let whoever threw the event publish the footage themselves because they threw the event. Oh, headgear and all. That's cool. So, but yeah, I mean, there's fight clubs out there. There was a fight club here in Washington, and I joined their little Facebook group, and I introduced myself and told them like, yeah, I'm part of Street Beefs. I'm a branch. They got 2.7 million subscribers and everything. And they thought I was going in there and like trying to steal their fighters or something. Like they had a video on YouTube that had 400 views, and that was their whole YouTube thing right there. And they had just this really like corny put together like puzzle piece mats on the ground, and that was it. And I just wanted to introduce myself and maybe work together with them, but they took it the wrong way. They kicked me out of the group. They told me I was lying about like the channel and stuff. And I found out like they haven't done anything since then. So I mean, maybe what if I was in there recruiting people? Well, you know what? It would have given their fighters a chance to fight, not just give up and forget about it. Because that's what ends up happening. You can leave the scrapyard or whatever, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do more with your fight career. You might leave and you might say you're going pro or amateur, but you might not do it. You might not have any fights, and then but at the scrapyard you could be fighting every month if you want, getting real experience. Recruit you. Yes. Hey, Jimmy, do you talk to is it 916? I think it's 916. He messaged me a while back. I thought he was interested in coming up, but if you guys are cool, maybe you could message him and see what's up. I don't know the whole dynamic, the relationship between like the fighters and the people down in West Coast. Honestly, I spend so much time in the scrapyard that if it's outside of our branch, I might not find out about it until like I go to my block list and be like, oh wow, that guy got blocked because it wasn't me that blocked him. So sometimes I'm behind the times on stuff. I was probably one of the last people to find out Italian Tyson was fighting, but people told me about it and I checked it out. I think that's really cool. And I expressed this back when Italian Tyson got in trouble. I said, you know what? Me and him have had our differences or whatever, but I wish him the best. I swear that's a direct quote I said. And I hope he's doing good, So I don't know if he's ever gonna watch anything like this. I tried messaging him on Facebook, but I don't think he's much of a Facebook person. I did see him on the Heart in the Fight thing the other day, and I was trying to ask him some questions, but they didn't really get through. So um, I think a lot of people were, really asking a lot of questions. So whatever. That's no big deal. Can't expect can't expect my stuff to go through when everyone else is asking similar questions. So I get it. Um, what's up, JIA? Uh, oh, Illuminate. I got to find you a fight too. You're coming up, right? You're coming up this month, right? Illuminate the State. DM me if you are. So 49 minutes. This is turning into a Kicking It with Chicken, guys. I swear, I've been toning down the Kicking It with Chickens lately to be about an hour. I want to have guests on too. So I'm going to try to do one this weekend, and I want to try to track down some guests. Jimmy, would you be a guest on Kicking It with Chicken this weekend? Since you have an upcoming fight. And I would let you be on there anyway. So I think Goal Setter, I don't know if you watch our stuff, but I would like to have you on there. 925 Pride. There it is. Yeah. Most likely Saturday night. I can move stuff around or whatever if you want to do it Friday night, but I'm not sure what my schedule's like this weekend, to be honest. Sometimes I don't make the plans. I just go along. Like, I don't have a choice. So yeah, I'd like to get you on. I'd like to get your opponent on too. So Turco, if you're checking this out, maybe after the fact, hit me up on DMs and we can get you on too. I'll do it on StreamYard. Yeah, it'll be a good time. And I'll look into like getting Demon on there, maybe Black Panther. Man, both days are bad, but I can see what I can do. Yeah, Jimmy, I'll work around you on this one because I asked you first. So whatever's good for you, just let me know. We'll try to make it work. All right, guys. I can't let this go. I can't let this go to an hour. Then it's Kicking It with Chicken territory. This has been 51 minutes with Firechicken. So 15, 51, same thing, right? So with that said, guys, I hope you got something out of this. Make sure if you're watching this, give this a thumbs up. I like to see how many thumbs ups we can get on some of these videos. I noticed my lives are getting more popular. More people are watching them. The average views are going up. Not that I ever intended on getting views off of these lives. That was never the intent. My whole reason for doing lives is to communicate with you, the fighters and the fans. Okay. That's what's up, Tiger Jones. Anyway, it's always been about communicating with you guys and letting the fans know what's going on. Me being open and transparent to how we do things, and any changes or policies or news in general, So I appreciate you all. If I didn't appreciate you guys as fans and people are watching the channel, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do these lives because, like I said, in as far as YouTube goes, our videos are doing very well, and these do good for lives, but they don't do very good, compared to a fight. So it's what I'm saying is that I do this for you guys. I don't do this for myself. But hope you guys appreciate it. I hope if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, and maybe you watch this and you have more of an idea of what we do, that maybe you finally hit that subscribe button, because that's how you're going to see all of our fights. And Scrapyard GoPro, people. If you don't know about Scrapyard GoPro, it is our alternate angle channel. I put fights out just as regularly as I do with this channel. I'm doing some shorts now. We'll see if those take off. Maybe not. I might not do them. I don't know. If anybody's good with shorts, YouTube shorts, TikToks, that kind of thing, DM me, please, or scrapyardfighting@gmail.com. DM me so that, what is this? DM me so that we can try to figure something out, because I would like to make our content go further with shorts. Oh, I always like to show off my Sasquatch shirts, guys, because I do collect these things. If you ever come up, bring me something Sasquatch related. I love it. Scarface loves Sasquatch stuff too. But Scrapyard fights, or Scrapyard GoPro, people. It's weird. There's some fights on there that do good on our channel, but on that channel they go viral. So show the whole shirt. I believe I had this one made in Oregon. It was a t-shirt shop in Lincoln City. So if you guys have any cool designs, if you want to design something for the scrapyard, as far as a logo or an original art piece, if you're a graphic designer or want to work with me, I'm going to be doing, like I said, merch. It's going to be selling it soon, and it's going to go through a website, and you just order whatever you want, whatever color you want. But I can piece together merch in there. I can make different stuff, whatever. So if you got something, if you're a fighter, you got some. I already talked about all that. I don't got to bring it up again. But like I said, I want to help promote the fighters, and I want to get more stuff out for more people. I want this to expand farther and farther. So again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the 55 minutes for Firechicken, blah, 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 blah. Fights coming up, kicking it with chicken this weekend. We're going to have a great time. Peace out, everybody. I'm gone.